So let's settle in. Welcome to these few minutes that you have to find stillness, to connect to this present moment, and to just find this beautiful connection back to yourself. So as you've grounded down in that seated position, wherever you are, just feel the way that the earth is beneath you, anchoring you, holding you steady. And then begin to notice the breath, long and slow, deep and full. And no matter how scattered we get during our day, there is something beautiful, almost miraculous about these moments when we just pause and show up and decide to do something a little bit different. And all the fragmentation, all the busyness, all the swirling thoughts of the day begin to subside. And we start to find wholeness again. We start to find us. And so just notice that breath again, slow and deep and full and gentle. And if at any point during these few minutes that we have together that your mind starts to wander back to those swirling thoughts of the day or of all the things tomorrow that haven't yet happened, just come back to that breath, slow and deep and full and gentle. And today we're going to use the inspiration of Yoga Sutra 136 as our inspiration. In 134, Patanjali gives us this idea that there are certain things that we can focus on that will help us to retain our calm. I love the fact that he uses the word retain because he's validating the fact that he knows that we possess it. It's already part of us. And so he's told us in 134 that the way to retain that calm is to center our focus on the exhale and on the breath retention. But 136 takes us a different direction. And what he says in there, I want to share with you in Sanskrit first. He says, Vishoka va jyotishmati. Vishoka va jyotishmati. And the translation of that says, by concentrating on the light within, we will retain our calm. He doesn't direct us to focus on the light of the sun or to focus on the light of the moon or of all the millions of stars above us at night. He directs us, encourages us, gently nudges us to turn our attention inward. And he doesn't tell us to search for that light within. He tells us to focus on it, which communicates to you and to me that that light is already there. There are some translations that say the light is supreme. There are others that say that the light is divine. But of all the translations I've read, they all say the same thing. Focus on the light within. There's a confidence in the way that he phrases it that can help us to believe that light is there. And so I want us just to pause for just the next few breaths and see if you, without any hesitation or reservation, believe that you have calm within you, that it's yours to retain. And if you're not sure that you can believe that without reservation, then just sit and be still for these next few breaths, and maybe you'll have some understanding as to why you don't see it or believe it. So just pause and breathe. Do you believe that there is calm already within you to be retained. Follow the breath in and out and see if that helps with your belief. Experience the calm within the breath, within the stilling of the body and the stilling of the mind as you breathe in and out, slow and deep, full and gentle. And then I would ask each of us, do you believe without hesitation, without reservation, that there is light within you? And so let's just each turn our mind's eye. So just imagine, not these outward seeing eyes, but this mind's eye. Sometimes you picture it right at that third eye, center of the forehead. Maybe you picture it somewhere else, but just wherever you picture your mind's eye being, imagine you're beginning to shift it and you're looking inward. Almost the way that, let's just pretend like you've pulled a drawer out and the very back of the drawer is dark. And so you've got to grab a flashlight and you've got to kind of move it around to see everything that's there. Do the same thing as you shift your mind's eye toward the center of your heart, your soul, the core of your being. Use that mind's eye like a little flashlight, looking at all the spots until all of a sudden you realize you don't need the flashlight because there's already light there. Just imagine it. And as you start to just imagine that light, think about how light makes you feel. When you arrive home into a dark house in the evening, the first thing you do is you turn on the light. If you're a parent or a grandparent or someone who's given care to little ones and they cry out in the night because they're scared, because of a dream or an imaginative thing, the first thing we do is we turn on the light, the lamp, something to help lessen their fear. Light has this powerful effect. It begins to erase doubt. It begins to lessen fear. It softens the edges of anxiety. It gives us confidence. So instead of only relying on the light on the switch on the wall or the switch on the lamp, what if you could rely on that light within? It doesn't require a switch. It is always there. And Patanjali tells us, if you want to retain your calm, turn your focus to the light within, to the supreme light within, to the divine light within. And then I would encourage you to picture someone in your life that you know is on a similar path that you're on. And you encounter this person. And all of a sudden you're standing face to face. Imagine if you could picture that light shining from within them as well. They see your light. You see theirs. If you've ever, at the end of a yoga class, or the end of a meditation, or the end of any type of gathering along this path, if you've ever uttered the word namaste, you've said, I believe that there's a light in me, and it sees yours, and it honors yours. So let's just sit for these next few minutes and just let those thoughts just kind of sit with us as well. Do you believe that there is light within? Now, it doesn't mean that we won't have stress and that we won't have disappointment or suffering or even sadness. The light is not contingent on those things being gone. The light persists even within. And so just reflect, see what comes up in your thoughts. Try to keep the focus with your mind's eye on the center of your heart, your soul, right where that light is. And then imagine standing across from someone who you know is believing in their own light, that you imagine seeing it and that you imagine them seeing yours. So let's just pause. Whichever visual helps you stay present and focused and retain your calm, see that. Breathing in slow and deep and full and gentle. Vishoka va Jyotishmati. By concentrating on the light within, you will retain your calm. Vishoka va Jyotishmati. I believe there is light within me. I believe that there is light within you. And I also believe that as we go through this life and we walk this path, that as I see the light in you and you see the light in me, Ram Dass tells us there is truly just one us. Unity, harmony, oneness throughout humanity. So I encourage you in the coming days, pause. When you feel like your calm is starting to waver just a bit, sit still. Shift that mind's eye toward the center of your heart, your soul. Find the light. Reconnect to it. When you're sitting in a yoga class or in any other kind of experience and the word namaste is uttered, pause again and think about what that means. Because when you say it, you're saying, I know there is light within me. It sees your light. It honors your light. But the only way to say namaste is that it has to start with us knowing the light is within us. So again, when you notice the calm beginning to waver just a bit, you can always go back to that retention of your breath, that exhalation, and you can always go back to the light within. Namaste.